All right, man. Ugh. The cringiest part of this is not even him singing Good Times. The cringiest part is not even him singing Good Times. You gotta understand that. That is not the cringiest part. That's a cringe fest. That's like, oh my God, who's this guy? Like, where'd you find this guy? But that's not the cringiest part. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share these videos on your Twitter. Bomb them hashtags with these videos. Make sure you get in the comment section. And make sure you take the $5 challenge to support this network and the news that we bring here. Original news coverage, exclusive news coverage that you won't see anywhere else. So salute to all you guys. Thank you. Let's get into it.
Just looking out of the window, watching the asphalt grow, thinking how it all looks hand-me-down.
How do you know the words to Good Times?
You know I'm black on the inside. So,
Good times, anytime you need a baby.
So Florida, who by the way was a hugely educated, I think she was a Yale.
That was the cringe part. Yes, Florida Evans, the actress who played Florida Evans, Esther Roll. She went to Ivy League school, and she was, very, very decorated. But why'd you have to say that then? Like, it was just like, you, okay, you had your black card, you're singing Good Times, but then you had to go mess it up with the stupid white boy, the Bob from Accounting statement. Like, he went full Bob from Accounting at the end.
Anytime you need a baby.
So Florida, who by the way was a hugely educated, I think she was a Yale.
Jesus Christ. And this guy's dad was the governor of New York for 20 years. His brother's been the governor of New York for the last 10 years. He's the failure in the family, and he's a CNN anchor. Yeah, you black on the inside. You can totally relate to Good Times black people too. And that's the thing about it. Like, people are making excuses for this. This was totally out of line. It was totally unacceptable in this racial climate. Why do white liberals get to make jokes like this in this racial climate when everybody else is walking on eggshells? Everybody's walking on eggshells, but white liberals just get to make jokes. I'm singing like the most decrepit lines from Good Times. Like, whatever happened to the rest of Good Times? Like, took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we up in the big leagues. Like, what happened to that part? Why are you talking about the pain and the suffering of Good Times, and then gonna say you black on the inside? Come on, dude. Stop it, man. Stop it. This is totally out of line, totally unacceptable. And I wouldn't be mad if we weren't in a racial climate where no one could say anything. Everybody's racist all the time. Cartoon characters are racist. Covers of food products are racist. Team helmets are racist. Everything's racist 24/7. And black people are giving this guy, Cuomo, the hugest pass. Like, I had to look for a black liberal, and that's what I'm going to call them, black liberals. I had to search for a black liberal that had a problem with this. I mean, they actually loved it, and which shows you a lot, man. Which shows you why the black community is the way it is. Why we always get screwed over by the Democrats. Look at these white liberals. What are these white liberals talking about? They think that somehow Chris Cuomo's different of a white man because he has a D next to his name. That's how infantile black people are. This white liberal knows that it's not. She's just giving Chris Cuomo cover. So Chris put out this apology after receiving backlash from conservative whites and conservative blacks. Nobody on his side gave him any backlash. He said, "Don't mean to invalidate your experience. Pop didn't think he was treated as white." And And JN, the majority, that's for sure, didn't like me going to Yale or working for a big firm at first because they looked down on him. Still, not the same. Need to address is with race by far. What the fuck are you? Italian? You still got white skin, motherfucker. You gotta tell somebody you're Italian. What the hell are you talking about? Nicole's going full mammy. Does this mean you're not a fan of Goodfellas or the Godfather franchise? I enjoyed the movies, but I could understand on how they play on stereotypes. Leave it to the mammies. And I know black people. Have you ever been on Instagram or Facebook? These black people is living their best lives. All this whole racist crap and this whole downtrodden and disenfranchised crap is crap. Go on Facebook or Instagram, and I know a lot of that is fake, but it's still a lot of it is true. It shows how they feel about living in America and their life in general. Yes, a lot of the money is from their check. They ain't out there hustling. A lot of the clothes, they can't afford, but they bought them anyway. A lot of the cars is rented. A lot of the mansions is rented. They still are living their best life. But the fact that, and I find it absolutely offensive how liberals get to determine what's racist and what's not. And it's always when a conservative says something innocuous or benign or a joke or something said, and it's never when a conservative white person, it's never when a liberal white person does anything. It's never, never will it's always a joke, it's always lighthearted. He didn't mean it like that. When Biden said, you ain't black if you don't vote for me, he's saying it's all about race. Your race determines whether you're going to vote Democrat or Republican. That is the definition of racist. And I had 1,000 black people on my Facebook timeline talking about some no lies detected. He is telling the truth. And it's like, there's nothing a white man can do if he's a liberal to burn a bridge with these black mammies and these less and less black men are choosing to stay on the Democratic plantation, because at this point it's not a plantation. This is a post-slavery plantation. This is how the slaves, after the Emancipation Proclamation, many slaves stayed on the plantation. They had nowhere to go. You had the Ku Klux Klan, the real Klan, out there in the area outside of the plantation. You had the unknown. You had the frontier, frontier justice, all the westerns and all that stuff we see. Where you going? All right, I'm free now. Okay, great. I can't read. I've never been off this plantation a day in my life. I don't have any arms. Don't have weapons. And now you're just telling me to go forth. Many slaves stayed on the plantations. They ended up taking jobs or working in sharecropping. That's how sharecropping started. So, a lot of these liberals that you see right now, these black liberals, they're choosing to stay on the plantation. It's not like pre-Emancipation Proclamation plantations where they were bound. They were forbidden from leaving the plantation. These black Democrats and black liberals nowadays, these are the sharecroppers, the ones who chose to stay on the plantation because it was safer, it was comfortable, it was known. And they're the ones leading the black community. A bunch of people that are afraid to take a step out and see what else is out there are the leaders of the black community. Women. And you see why most of them are women, because women would be less likely to go forth into the wild. Even though we had Harriet Tubman, our greatest freedom fighter was Harriet Tubman, that was an aberration. Women are more likely to follow rules. Women are more likely to nest, to settle in place. Women are more likely to do what it takes to survive. Less rebellious. On average, in general, the men are the ones that blaze trails and go out into the wilderness and, cut down trees and wade through swamps and marshland to see what's on the other side of the ravine or what's on the other side of the mountain ridge. Women are the ones that are like, okay, we here with the babies. Make sure you bring some food back. We gonna be here feeding the babies and making sure the baby's raised up right. That's just the natural order of things. So I'm not really upset with these mammies for being on the Democratic plantation. It's the rest of you brothers that are constantly making excuses for these damn Democrats. And why does being black always have to be a goddamn struggle? Why does it always have to be associated? Well, it was like Chris Cuomo said, well, I'm black because my grandfather, my father, who was the fucking governor of New York State, they didn't want him to be the governor because he had a different religion than them. Well, god damn it, Chris. Why did he tell him what religion he was? They would have just thought he was another white man. And another thing, look. Another thing. The reason a lot of these black mammies are loving Chris Cuomo and letting him off the hook, because he's dreamy. Chris Cuomo was a very, 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 very handsome man. Okay? He's extremely handsome. Okay? That's why these black mammies. Because they now that he's black on the inside, that's his way of saying, I would touch a black woman with a 10-foot pole. Because that's the starting point. Okay? I would touch a black woman with a 10-foot pole. So he black now. If Chris Cuomo wasn't dreamy and like extremely handsome, it would be looked at differently. Because he's not powerful as his brother. He's the Fredo of the family. So there's two things. There's a lot of things women are attracted to power. That's why Biden and people like that, because they're powerful men. Chris Cuomo's not powerful. He's the runt of the litter. But he's dreamy. So sisters are saying, oh, he's black on the inside. He might give me some. He might slang some of that baloney, that tube steak my way. That's what they thinking. So get in the comment section, man. Like, subscribe, donate. Peace. I'm out.